happy birthday. I turned 41 in July. I like getting older. I do. I've never been married. I like to be married. I've never been engaged or anything. I went on a few dates with a new girl before I left Edmonton, and she was not fun to be around. It wasn't fun. I didn't want to see her anymore, but I didn't want to hurt her feelings. So I went to Ancestry.com and I made us related. I don't know if you guys know, but that site is modifiable. Just a few clady clacks and see you at the reunion. I dated a sweetheart for a couple of years. She was a good person. I was just on the road too much. She came to Australia with me last year, and she likes to hike. I'm not a big fan of hiking. I've never really enjoyed it. And she said this. She goes, "We want to go on the Bondi Beach Walk in Sydney, Australia." There's a thing called the Bondi Beach Walk, and I thought, sure, nice stroll down the beach. Right? Well, actually, it starts in Bondi Beach, Australia, and it ends in Thailand. It is the longest walk in the world. It is so far. The entire time I was thinking I have to break up with her. Like I've never been on a dating app or website, but like on Tinder, can you choose somebody with limited mobility? Is that like a? I just want somebody with a bad knee, you know, where they're like, "I want to go on a hike." You know, I can't. That's why we're together. I heard a young human's feelings unintentionally. I was trying to be funny, and it was a millennial type person. Now I like millennials; I got no problem with them. But this was the conversation. So she posted on Facebook. She said, "Does anybody have a cheap way to get one-way flights, like an app or a website you use for cheap one-way flights?" And my comment was this: "I think if you're going one way, most of us would chip in." Like I was trying to be. Her response: "While I appreciate your comedy, I feel as though you don't know me well enough for me to find this in good humor. I feel as though some boundaries have been crossed." So here's what I held a comedy show fundraiser, and I raised the money for her ticket. I'm like, I want you as far away from me as humanly possible. The Commonwealth Games were taking place in Australia when I was there, and somebody kind of half-heckled. They said this: "How's Canada doing in the Commonwealth Games?" And I'm like, we're a winter country. Like, we don't do well in the Summer Olympics. As a matter of fact, Canada won 1 gold medal in the entire London Summer Olympics. We won 1 gold medal. And I don't know how this will work for the taping, but we'll do this. We'll put it out. Would anybody like to guess what our 1 gold medal was in the London Summer Olympics? Bobsled in the Summer Olympics? The comedy gods were good to me there. It was women's trampoline. Yeah, our 1 gold medal was women's trampoline. And I was doing a show in California, and I asked about 500 Americans at the show. I said, "Would anybody like to guess what our 1 gold medal was in?" And the guy in the front row goes, "Women's trampoline." It's like, how did you know that? The guy said, "I was in London. It was the only ticket I could get." Okay, that's fair. I have had an absolute blast. I will finish by saying this. I'm pretty easy to find on social media. It was like a clever. I thought it was clever.